Eala, Noskova dispute quarterfinal berth at Indian Wells. Manila, Philippines. Eala attempts to topple another giant in world number 14 Linda Noskova of Czechia in a tall order of snatching a quarterfinal ticket in the Indian Wells Open Wednesday, March 11th, Manila time, at the Indian Wells Garden in California. Eala, WTA number 32, will be out to ride on the momentum of her win over number 4 Coco Gauff when she locks horns with the Czech ace at 11 a.m. Manila time. The duel is set at the Majestic Stadium 1 at the Tennis Paradise once again with a looming full capacity of over 16,000. It's the second biggest tennis venue in the world, next only to the home of the U.S. Open at the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York, where Eala eliminated Gauff the other day. And expect the fired-up Filipina, once again buoyed by a throng of Filipinos in California, to smash it with guns ablaze for a shot at either world number 7 Jasmine Paolini of Italy or Talia Gibson of Australia, number 112, in the last 8. "I hope I can make the best out of the momentum," said Eala in the post-match press conference following a huge 6-2, 2-0 triumph over the American star Gauff at home. "Linda is an amazing player. She's very powerful and very experienced even at such a young age. I'm excited, so I'm gonna go in with a good preparation and a lot of motivation." Eala, 20, and Noskova, 21, are no strangers to each other after slugging it out in their junior days, none bigger than the 2020 French Open girls singles, where the lefty Filipina ace pulled off a 4-6, 6-3, 6-2 comeback win. 6 years later, they meet again in the pros with much bigger stakes up for grabs. "I think I've gained certain experience over the years to handle these high-pressure situations. It's taken up a notch when you're playing against big players and playing in big courts," she added. "It's a learning experience. What I try to do is just focus on the next thing that I have to do. I try not to think of the bigger picture and I focus on what I can control." Eala, seeded as 31st with a first-round bye, dominated Gauff in the first set and was leading 2-0 in the second before the American opted to call off the match due to a pain in her left arm. The round 3 win served as a solid follow-up to Eala's 7-5, 4-6, 7-5 win over number 52 Diana Yastremska of Ukraine in the second round. For her part, Noskova pulled off a 6-7, 5-7. 6-4, 6-4 revenge win on number 38 Sorana Cersti of Romania, who showed her an early exit door in the round of 32 at the WTA 1000 Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, where Eala made it to the last 8. Like Gauff, Noskova, with a career best at number 12 rating, boasts the upper hand with a higher ranking and deeper experience against Eala in all 1000-level tours, Grand Slams and Olympic appearances despite being only a year older. But Eala will not be marching into battle alone. Maraming salamat mga kababayan. Sa lahaing nanonood sa Pilipinas at sa lahaing sumusuporta dito sa California, maraming salamat at Happy International Women's Day sa lahaing Bobby back home. Kitakits patayo sa round 4, she beamed. Eala has enjoyed a massive support in every city she has not played this season so far, and California is no different, billed as the biggest home state for Filipinos abroad at around 2 million. On top of a quarterfinal berth, up for taking for Eala is a shot at top 20 to 25 after jumping to number 28 with 110 additional points for a new career best according to the WTA live rankings. Eala, Noskova dispute quarterfinal berth at Indian Wells. A battle of rising stars in the desert. Under the bright desert sun of California, the courts of the BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells have long been a stage where tennis dreams either flourish or fade. In 2026, one of the tournament's most intriguing matchups features two rising forces of the women's game, Eala of the Philippines and Linda Noskova of the Czech Republic. Their clash in the round of 16 promises not just a ticket to the quarterfinals, but a test of ambition, talent, and resilience. For Eala, the moment represents another step in a career already filled with historic milestones for Philippine tennis. For Noskova, it is a chance to assert her status among the sport's emerging elite. When they step onto the hard courts in the California desert, they bring with them different journeys, but the same hunger for victory. A rising Filipina star. At just 20 years old, Eala has already rewritten the record books for her country. Born in Quezon City, she turned professional in 2020 and steadily climbed the rankings through relentless determination and disciplined training. By early 2026, she had reached a career-high ranking of world number 31, becoming the highest-ranked Filipina in the history of the Women's Tennis Association. Eala's playing style blends precision and patience. A left-hander with a solid two-handed backhand, she thrives in extended rallies, constructing points with sharp angles and intelligent court coverage. Her composure has often stood out, particularly against higher-ranked opponents. That composure was on full display earlier in the tournament when Eala produced one of the biggest moments of her career. Facing world number 4 Coco Gauff, she seized control of the match with aggressive returns and consistent baseline play. Gauff eventually retired with an arm injury while trailing 6-2, 2-0, sending Eala into the round of 16. The victory was historic in more ways than one. It marked the first time a Filipina had reached the round of 16 at Indian Wells, one of the most prestigious events on the WTA calendar. For Eala, however, the celebration was brief. The tournament was far from over. Noskova, a Czech powerhouse. Standing across the net from Eala is Linda Noskova, a 21-year-old Czech player who has rapidly emerged as one of the most dangerous young competitors on the WTA Tour. Noskova's game contrasts sharply with Eala's. Where the Filipina often relies on patience and tactical finesse, Noskova brings raw power. Her heavy ground strokes and powerful serve allow her to dictate points early, putting opponents on the defensive from the start. Ranked world number 14, Noskova enters the match as the higher-seeded player and the favorite on paper. Yet rankings rarely tell the full story in tennis. Especially not at Indian Wells. The tournament, sometimes called the Fifth Grand Slam, has a long history of surprise runs, dramatic upsets, and breakthrough performances. For players on the rise, it often becomes the proving ground where reputations are made. Both Eala and Noskova know this. And both intend to seize the opportunity. Momentum versus experience. Momentum can be a powerful force in tennis, and Eala arrives with plenty of it. Her win over Gauff showcased not only her skill but also her mental toughness. Even before the retirement, Eala had established control through disciplined shot selection and relentless pressure from the baseline. She forced multiple errors from Gauff and demonstrated remarkable composure against a top-5 opponent. For a young player still carving her place in the professional ranks, victories like that can ignite belief. But Noskova is no stranger to high-pressure matches herself. Over the past 2 seasons, she has consistently challenged top players and demonstrated the ability to perform on big stages. Her powerful baseline game makes her particularly dangerous on hard courts, the same surface used at Indian Wells. The clash between the two players could therefore become a fascinating battle of styles.